You are about to get proof this isn't an average week. And it arrives as early as Tuesday, when 3 planets lock into exact position at once, one lucky, one grounding, one confusing. If that were the whole story, this would just be a decent week to pay a little extra attention. But that's not actually why this week matters, and it's not even close. You're standing inside what astrologers call a karmic corridor right now, the charged stretch between the solar eclipse that already cracked something open on the 12th, and the lunar eclipse in Pisces that closes the door on the 28th. And that's the real reason the 17th through the 23rd count among the most dangerous, most important days of the whole month, not because something's going wrong, but because whatever you decide this week doesn't just affect this week. It decides which version of the next stretch you actually walk into. You won't fully understand why until the 28th. I want to walk you through this one day at a time because it genuinely changes day to day, and I don't want you missing the day that was actually meant for you. On the 17th, 3 separate planets lock into exact aspects on the same day, a lucky one, a grounding one, and a confusing one, all landing before most people even notice the week has started. By Friday, one of the sky's slower, heavier players flips a relationship question you've been avoiding into something you can't avoid anymore. And by the time the week ends, the sun changes signs entirely, closing one chapter of the year and opening the next. None of this is background noise. This is the week where the story actually moves. Let's get into what's real, because there's more happening at once this week than there has been in a while. Tuesday the 17th is the loaded day. Mercury trines Saturn exact, the planet of thinking and talking lining up in perfect harmony with the planet of structure and follow-through. A genuinely good day for a serious conversation, a plan you commit to on paper. An idea that finally gets taken seriously instead of brushed off. Same day, Venus sextiles Jupiter exact, an easy, generous aspect, opportunities in love, money, or simple goodwill show up without a fight. Take them, don't overthink a good thing landing in your lap. And underneath both of those, Mars squares Neptune exact, a much murkier signal. Action and confusion colliding. Energy that wants to move forward running straight into fog about which direction is actually forward. If Tuesday feels like you're getting good news and bad signal at the same time, that's not a contradiction. That's literally what the sky is doing. Thursday the 19th softens things. The sun trines Lilith, your public self, and your raw, unfiltered instinct actually agreeing with each other for once. A good day to say the bold thing out loud instead of editing it down first. Friday the 21st is where the week's real tension resolves. Or doesn't. Venus opposes Saturn exact, and whatever felt generous and easy on Tuesday now gets a hard question attached to it. Opposition aspects don't create new problems. They finish sentences that were already half said. If a relationship, a deal, or a plan felt good 4 days ago, Friday asks you to actually commit to it or admit you were just enjoying the attention. This is not a day to give a vague answer and hope the question goes away. It won't. And then Saturday the 22nd changes the entire backdrop. Late that night, the sun leaves Leo, where it's lived for a month, and crosses into Virgo. That's not a small shift. Leo's season was about being seen, about identity, about performance and confidence and center stage. Virgo season is about what you actually do with attention once you have it. Precision. Service. The unglamorous follow-through that turns a moment into something real. Whatever got started, said, or decided earlier in the week, this is the point where the sky stops asking you to feel it and starts asking you to build it. It's also the exact setup for what closes this eclipse corridor 6 days later. When the lunar eclipse in Pisces lands opposite a sun that by then has fully settled into Virgo. So this week isn't really the end of anything, it's the hinge. The last stretch of Leo's story turning into the first stretch of Virgo's. right before the eclipse arrives to make the turn permanent. Because of that corridor, this week asks for a slightly different posture than a normal one. Eclipse windows have a reputation for feeling more intense than they need to precisely because they surface things, rather than resolve them cleanly. An old pattern, an uncomfortable truth, a decision you've been avoiding, all show up more insistently now. But the sky isn't actually asking you to fix all of it by Sunday. This is a better week for noticing what's surfacing than for making the big, permanent decision about it. Whatever Tuesday and Friday bring up for you, treat it as information gathered mid-eclipse. Worth writing down, worth sitting with. Not necessarily worth acting on irreversibly before the 28th actually closes the window. Here's how it lands sign by sign. Aries, home is where Tuesday's confusion shows up. A question about which version of yourself you're actually showing your family. A partner hands you something generous the same day, then Friday asks if you'll actually commit to it. By the weekend, put one real habit change behind whatever surfaced. Don't just feel it, act on it. Taurus, work gets an unexpected favor Tuesday, then Friday asks whether the routine you've built is actually sustainable or just familiar. Don't let a private doubt override real evidence that something is working. Gemini, your own words carry real weight this week, especially Tuesday, when a serious conversation with a friend or collaborator lands better than a light one would. Watch a shared expense get confusing the same day. Get any number in writing. Cancer, this week is about you specifically, your energy versus how you're being seen professionally. Tuesday's confusion isn't a sign you're doing something wrong. It's fog that isn't yours to solve today. A grounded conversation with someone close is the antidote. Leo, your season is ending on the loudest possible note. Thursday's Sun-Lilith trine is a genuinely good day for boldness. And Saturday's sign change turns the whole year's theme from being seen toward being valued by someone specific. Notice which one you've actually been chasing. Virgo, your spotlight starts Saturday, but this week is the quiet setup. A private reckoning Tuesday about something shared with someone else, financial or emotional. Whatever you sort out privately now is what you'll build on publicly starting this weekend. Libra, your own ruling planet is in your own sign all week, so how you show up matters more than usual. Tuesday's ease with friends gives way to Friday's harder question about whether you're being your real self in your closest relationship or just the version that keeps the peace. Scorpio, Korea keeps holding your attention. And Tuesday is about finally building the routine that sustains the recognition you've recently gotten, not just enjoying it. Don't let a bigger plan this week make you ignore a health signal your body's been sending. Sagittarius, this is a genuinely strong week for your own worldview. Thursday's Sun-Lilith trine sits directly in your sign. Real, earned confidence, not manufactured. Just notice if you're using that confidence to actually connect with people or to escape into the bigger picture instead. Capricorn, career and home pull against each other this week. Tuesday's financial favor tied to work is real and earned. But Friday's opposition asks whether the professional image you're building is actually compatible with the home life you say you want. Aquarius, this week is genuinely about you more than it will be again for a while. Your entire year's growth theme is quite literally about becoming more yourself. A partner may ask you, directly or indirectly, to choose between staying comfortable and becoming who you're turning into. Pisces, money and romance get tangled Tuesday, a real risk of confusing what something costs with what it means. Wait a day before any financial decision tied to a romantic impulse. A grounded conversation about routine helps clarify what the fog is muddying. Put together, this week doesn't ask you to feel your way through it and hope it works out. Tuesday hands you information, good and murky at once. Friday hands you a bill for whatever you enjoyed on Tuesday without examining it. And the weekend hands you a new season that cares less about how something looked and more about whether it actually holds up. The people who come out of this week ahead aren't the ones who had the loudest Tuesday. They're the ones who are still willing to answer Friday's question honestly. Whatever this corridor brings you, good, confusing, or overdue, I hope you meet it with your eyes open rather than your guard up. If this resonated with you, hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you inside the next one.